Well, hello everyone. Welcome to sunny, warm Botswana. If you didn't like the cold of Iceland last week, you're going to enjoy this one. My name is Atomo, and I am joined by Calamity as always. How are you today?
Hello, I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. Yeah, Ice was on his home turf last week, but this week he's got to travel quite a ways away as he takes on Chicago here in Botswana in our Division 1 matchup for these two as we take a look at their stats, Calamity. Pretty even going into this one.
Yeah, relatively even. Best game 2 points apart. Average points slightly in favor of Ice. Position in the table pretty close together as well. Ace is pretty close together. So far, yeah, two of them had a pretty similar season. Not going too well, but they both got promoted from Division 2 last season, so it's right around where they'd expect to be. And yeah, in Botswana, I think maybe Ice loses a bit of his home advantage from Iceland. And Chicago might be a bit more favored there, although Chicago did have a better score than Ice in Iceland. So don't know about that. But yeah, I think it could be an interesting close match, but we just
Yeah,
gotta see.
definitely. Two evenly matched players, both from Division Two last season. Ice does have a win in Division One. Chicago's still on the hunt for that, so he'll be motivated to do that here in Botswana as we take a look at the map. It is by Mapper. Average score of under 10,000 at the time of going to presses, but now that has jumped up a bit given all the practice our players have put in. Locations over 500 on the low end, but still enough to prevent lots of repeats, and has been played probably around 500 times by now easily. Yeah, covering all corners of the country, but again, kind of like Iceland, Calamity, very scarce coverage.
Yeah, it's actually not that scarce. It just looks like it because there's nothing in the middle of the country. But
Kind of like Iceland.
true, but there is a lot of roads covered in Botswana, and the thing that's not kind of like Iceland is that it's quite a bit bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's not a country where you can just go, all right, I've seen the free roads that exist, and now we get into the game.
Yeah. And definitely there's no broken coverage here either. So our players will be happy about not worrying about hitting too many dead ends at least.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, let's jump right then into round number one here. And sure enough, sunny, sandy Botswana.
Yeah,
And Chobe Craft Center. Well, that's the town name.
maybe.
Maybe. I thought it was, but might be mistaken. The sign that Ice has is a lot better. Road number A33 with some town names and distances. That'll be very helpful. I don't know. Yeah, maybe not a town name, but it is they call it a game reserve or what? National park in
Yep,
the northern part of the country.
it's a district.
District. There we go. Districts not named after major cities in Botswana for some of them.
Uh, yeah, as you can see here.
Okay. Never know. There's the gate. Not too bad. So a couple of decent signs, Calamity.
Yeah,
At
it
least get them in the right area.
should be enough to not make too big of a difference here. You can see
Mm-hmm.
Isis video is sometimes a bit stuttery. It's not
Mm-hmm.
it's not 60 FPS. It's probably not even 20, but it's fine.
It's fine. We can follow him. We can see where he puts his pin, and we can see how many points he gets. That's what matters, right?
Mm. There is no district in Botswana that is named after a city, except for some of the cities count as districts themselves.
Ah, I see. A bit of an overlap, but that's it.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, both of them haven't even really traveled that far. Those signs captivating their attention, and slightly to the south is road heading to the town that Chicago's found.
Mm.
It's not quite sure what to do with that. Doesn't quite seem to fit where he wants to put his pin.
I think Gotla might mean something like town or something like that because I've seen that
Yeah.
now multiple times in Botswana. Um, a public
Both of
meeting,
them.
community council, or traditional law court of a Botswana village. There you go.
Ah, okay. Well, it's kind of like a town hall or something.
Something like that.
Yeah. Both of them on the west side of town, with under 30 seconds left to go. Trying to figure out what road exactly it is that they are on. Check their directionality, look for some intersections. Both of them taking a very similar road with as we get down to the 10-second mark.
They both kind of, well, Chicago doesn't need
and
more time. He's good to go.
Get an ace and an ace for Ice as well. Not too bad. Didn't look like the nicest of starting locations, but the sign's not too far away, proving very helpful and not hard to find, Calamity.
Yeah, more than enough information close by. I don't think you could have actually gone the wrong way. I'm not 100% sure anymore. But yeah, everything you need close by.
Yeah, very nice. Well, let's jump into round number 2 and another dry, dusty road. And let's see if there's any signs around this one. And this is where, I mean, Ice's video isn't very smooth. Hopefully his actual gameplay when he's playing is smooth. But just the internet speed is going to be really helpful. If you have to travel, you want it to look like Chicago's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Good internet speed for him there. Ice, yeah, it's probably not going as slow as it looks, but it's still pretty clear, I think, that Chicago is going a lot faster.
Yeah. But just because you're fast doesn't mean you go the right direction. So
True.
It would be heartbreaking. They are going the same direction, though.
Yep.
So kind of a mute point, as Chicago does, in fact, hit a little village here. And we'll start looking for some sort of sign to tell him where he might be. Ice, on the other hand, is kind of having some fun here. There's a trash can with a district name, a little blurred out. Can't quite figure out what that is, so he'll move on. Chicago.
Yeah, he's on a normal road here. He should be able to find some good signs sooner or later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we are in Division 1. That means they've only got 3 minutes, which time could definitely be a factor, Calamity, if they have to travel a long way for something. But there we go. The A1, a nice little sign for Chicago.
And as I've recently learned in Botswana, if you have a sign that says A1 towards Gaborone and Francistown, it literally tells you absolutely nothing other than that you're close to the A1. It doesn't tell you if you're north or south or in between the two.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's one of those things like, oh, big city, somewhere that way. You're like, oh, yeah. Yeah, thanks a lot. I kind of knew that.
Yeah, but yeah, Chicago definitely benefiting from his internet speed here. Ice is slowly making his way to the town as well, but at this point,
he has hit pavement.
I don't think he's got enough time to make it to the sign that Chicago made it to, especially not if he now looks at the map.
Definitely not. Chicago putting us north of Francistown. Did you see a city name? Something I wasn't quite sure.
I didn't see one. I don't think he did either.
I think he's just making a guess based on a bit of geography. There's one of those few rivers we have in Botswana there.
That's the one that runs through Francistown that I mentioned.
Oh, he does see the sign with 2 seconds left. And he isn't too far off. And actually, Chicago will get the better of him, but it isn't quite spectacular for either one. 2,911 for Chicago, 2,148 for Ice. So yeah, Ice a little bit closer to Francistown than either of them would have thought, for sure, Calamity.
Yeah, we often talk about like the easiest rounds of the week. I think this might be the hardest round of the week. For multiple reasons. A, you have to travel quite some distance to even get to a sign. And B, even if you get to the sign, it's still not great information. Like part of it just tells you, okay, you're somewhere near the 2 biggest cities in the country, which are on the opposite sides of the country. So you might literally be anywhere alongside the eastern part of Botswana. And Yeah, I personally have practiced quite a few games. I'd never heard of any of the other small towns that were also on those signs. So, yeah, just a bit lucky, I guess, for Chicago that A, he's got better internet, and B, his pin was a bit closer.
Yeah, that's about it. That's all that's really separating them is the ISP as we get into round number 3 here. Kind of 800 some point, slightly under 800 point lead for Chicago. Definitely you can turn around here in Botswana, but those town road signs look a lot like Francistown.
They do look similar to the ones used in Francistown.
Yeah, that would be my first instinct. An urban location definitely favors ice here. The fact that he doesn't have to travel very far, hopefully, to find information.
I wouldn't say it necessarily favors him. I would say this favors him less.
Hmm. Guess you could put it that way.
We are
Internet's
we are all zebras. The sign Chicago just found there. I mean, I'm not sure about myself. I think I've checked recently. I don't think I have a tail, but
there we go. Botswana Road Main Mall for Chicago. Nice intersections.
yep.
Yeah, as someone who like as obviously as people who don't grow up, who haven't lived or grown up in Africa, it's kind of weird when they talk about like, oh yeah, elephants this and zebras this and giraffes. For us, it's such an exotic, far away thing where they're like, nah, just the animal down the street kind of thing. Ah, Gaborone, finally. So not
Yep.
Francistown, in fact, but
Yeah, that is why I mentioned
capital.
in the Division 3 matchup between Hugo and Radogstad. Just assuming it's this town just because of the street signs is a bit risky, but yeah, in this case, Chicago found confirmation which city it is,
Mm.
and he's found train tracks, I think, right there. So he might use
Yeah.
those to help him get a bit closer.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Yeah, both of them now in the capital. At least this isn't too far off. And down to the road names now, Calamity.
Yeah, finding road names in all of Gaborone is a bit difficult. You'd really
Mm-hmm.
want to have some sort of information that points you to a certain part of the city.
Yeah. Are those district names easy to find on
Nope.
things? Okay, I didn't think so. I don't remember seeing too many of them in my practice games. Um, one or two I did catch on a small store sign, but that was about it. And that's when I was playing with no time limit and not worried about anything. Chicago seems pretty happy as time will run out there, and he won't quite get it, but he'll be close. 4,955 for him, 4,919 for Ice, so slightly better again for Chicago, but neither of them really finding the location. But yeah, suburban Gaborone, yeah, not the easiest thing to find either. So
Nope.
Division 1 here, not the luckiest people in terms of what locations have been in the first couple rounds here. Okay, well, let's get ourselves set up then for round number 4. And, ooh, big open paved road and a sign not too far away.
Yeah.
Town.
Let's get into easiest round of the week again. I think this round took me
Ah,
about a minute, I think. But yeah, Chicago has already seen all of the signs you need to be able to 5K this.
yeah, Martin's Drift. Couple town names, major intersection. Ice is a little bit slower, of course, because of his internet, but he will get there as well. Bit of a spin around to find out where it might be. Chicago does seem to have a pretty good clue. So a lot of those town names on this map there.
Mm-hmm.
But again, Ice a little bit struggling with mainly because of internet, but he's got the right area again.
There we go.
There we go. There's that for him. kind of hard to tell what he's doing sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like, where's he looking? And then it zooms in. Ah, yes, he did look there. In fact, there's a river over, bridge over a river, rather.
Yep.
Not a river over a bridge. That would be really weird. For this one. Yeah, actually, looks like Ice has got a little bit of an advantage here, doing his pinpointing already. Chicago, not quite sure. They're in very different places, Calamity, at least.
I wouldn't say they're in very different places.
Well, I guess he's
They're
just further
about
down the road.
4 kilometers away from each other.
Yeah, well, hey, in Geoguessr, that's quite a ways.
Yeah.
So,
It might make up for the 800 points that Ice is behind. But
yeah,
Chicago's going to find the right place, to be sure.
Yeah, he's got a minute left to do it. He's going to keep going to see what else he sees. If he might miss the fact that there was a bridge there. Doesn't really look like one. As he takes off to the south to look for more information, he doesn't seem happy with what he's got so far. While Ice, on the other hand, pretty much hasn't moved for the last 30 seconds in terms of his pin.
Yeah, he still needs to put himself more west. Ice, you walked east to get to the bridge over the river. Chicago's pretty much in the right place now.
There you go. But Chicago makes up for it. So it is really interesting to see just their individual processes where they get different bits of information and figure it out at different points, but they all get there in the end. Unfortunately for Ice, at least, because he's down a few hundred points, he wants Chicago to be a little bit off. But it doesn't appear so in the last 5 seconds of this round here. Yeah, 4,997 for him, 96 for Chicago. So get a point on him, Calamity, but not too much. And as you said, candidate for easiest round of the week with all those nice signs.
Yeah, they both still took quite a bit, but in the end they got there. And yeah, Ice only needs 798 more rounds like that to make up his deficit.
Yeah,
might be a bit of a problem considering there's only one left.
He just needs about another week and a half. That's all, right? You can wait that long, right? As we'll jump into round number 5 here. He either needs about a week and a half to play all those rounds, or he needs a big swing in this one. But given that it is a somewhat urban location, we hope to see some signs not too far away. But they are headed off in different directions.
Yeah, it looks like Ice is heading out of town. It's hard to tell from his screen. Oh, no, he's going into town again. Sort of.
Yeah. Chicago will now turn around and head back. And instead decide to just jump back to the start. And now he will head south.
The sign for Ice. Can you read what it says?
It's an Advent church or something, but I didn't see any noticeable town name on it.
Yeah.
Just like that, he moves on past it. Don't think he saw much.
Well, that looks like a major road for Chicago.
There we go. Bit of a sign. Ooh, there's a road. Lesotho.
Lettolatebe.
Let?
Yeah?
Not Letho.
It's TS. I don't know where you're getting the TH sound from, but...
Well, TSH, but...
Well, then make it
Just
not...
I don't know. I don't know how to speak whatever language it is. What do they speak in Botswana? I mean, they speak English, obviously, but local language mixed in. Oh, there's a very nice development sign that Chicago just will go back to.
Ice found out he's in Mound from a store.
And not little clues here and there, but they're not able to quite figure out anything yet.
You know what they speak in Botswana?
Botswanese?
Tswana.
Tswana. Ah. What does ba or bo mean?
I have no idea.
Because Tswana might be like the tribal name or something. And then I don't know.
Maybe.
What is the etymology of the country name, Calamity? As we get into the final 20 seconds here.
The name means land of the Tswana.
Ah, there we go. 10 seconds. We kind of haven't been talking much about it, but they're
Yeah, I
in
think
the right area,
Chicago's
but not
got
really.
the right place.
Yeah, he's closer. 4,655 for Ice, as the time will run out for Chicago, and an ace for him to finish up. So yeah, Calamity, not the best showing from Ice here in Botswana, but can you chalk it up to internet maybe, or was there more going wrong there for him than that?
I think the good thing for him, I guess, is that it didn't all come down to round 2. He was worse than Chicago in round 5 as well. So yeah, round 2 was just a bit of get lucky, be fast, get lucky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so a bit unfortunate. But yeah, in a round where he did have plenty of information and that speed wasn't as vital, he did drop quite a few points that would have cost him the win anyway. Well, yeah, so we had a kind of a round that took the wind out of our sails a bit as we watched just Chicago continue on. But Ice's kind of weird video made it a bit hard to follow his movements, but, you know, got to see his perspective again at least. Always happy to see him on the show here. Yeah, thank you all for watching, and congrats to Chicago on getting his first win. He'll be very happy with that and go a long way to keeping him up in Division 1 this season. He doesn't want to go immediately back down Division 2. And we will see you all next time. Take care.
Bye.